The China's foreign ministry has completely dismissed the MI5's claims as baseless.
China has repeatedly stated its firm stance on this issue. We resolutely oppose such baseless and self-serving sensationalism, making judgments based on false information that can lead to misguided actions. China never interferes in the internal affairs of other countries, nor does it have any interest in collecting so-called intelligence from the UK Parliament.
The Beijing says it has lodged firm representations with the British government and is urging Britain to end what it calls a self-staged charade of false allegations to prevent further harm to the China-UK relations. All right, now joining us on the broadcast, we've got Stuart Smith, who's joining us live from London. Stuart, bring us up to speed with this massive controversy that has now erupted in Britain.
There are so many controversies in the last few months here in the UK related to London-Beijing relations. You heard there the Chinese Foreign Ministry describe the rumours about the allegations, of the spying as self-serving. But for Prime Minister Keir Starmer, it's causing more problems than helping him when it comes to trying to balance that relationship between London and Beijing. And then these allegations that keep coming up that the Chinese Foreign Ministry is interested in UK state secrets. On the latest accusation from MI5, the UK's security service, it's specifically that recruiters on websites like LinkedIn have been attempting to contact either parliamentarians directly or those close to parliamentarians and government ministers in order to try to get information, initially asking them non-sensitive questions about the goings-on of Parliament, perhaps inviting them on a paid all-inclusive trip to China, but then later escalating that into asking about more secret information. And effectively MI5 here is hoping that by warning parliamentarians, the lawmakers in the lower house, the House of Commons, as well as the peers in the House of Lords, the upper house, that they will at least be alert to this kind of threat. We heard Dan Jarvis, the security minister there, also outlining some other plans that they hope will, for example, protect against any Chinese hacking, while also protecting against other types of espionage. But this is very much old school. It's relationship based, is the accusation from MI5 and the Speaker of the House of Commons, that it's people trying to get in close contact with those close to Parliament in order to try and get this secret information.
Right. Now, at this point of time, this is also a matter of investigation, and the MI5 has said that there is a risk of espionage, especially on the British parliamentarians. But has the MI5 put out any names specifically of the British parliamentarians who have been targeted by the Chinese for the purpose of espionage?
Yeah, on this latest one, no, they haven't. There have been attempts in the past where MI5 believe, not necessarily talking about China, but other state actors have attempted to try and get information from UK Parliament, where they have said that these officials were affected by these advances and they have been helped to provide and upgrade their security. On this particular instance, no, they're not talking about specific names of people that have been approached or any specific information about any information that may have been leaked. This is a generic warning coming from the security service and Parliament about the types of approaches they could expect and therefore to be on the eye out. But this is something that Lindsay Hoyle, the House of Commons Speaker, says he's particularly concerned about, especially after the revelations about the alleged campaign by China to recruit 2 British nationals who were alleged and taken to court over potential spying, but in the end that case collapsing, allegedly due to the prosecution saying that the government refused to classify China as a national security threat.
Interesting. Thank you very much indeed, Stuart Smith, for joining us from London and getting us all those insights there.